So anyway, I went to go see Kill yesterday. And if you like movies like The Raid and all that other stuff, I love like that real brutal action movie type stuff. And it definitely gave me my life. So I want to pull this up real quick because I posted my review on my Instagram. And I don't know if I could say, oh wait, it don't have the whole thing. So I'm going to have to go to my page and actually read it. So what I wrote was, because I had to write this immediately as soon as I came out the theater. So I wrote, Kill is easily by far the best action movie of 2024 and might be my new favorite action movie of all time. Similar nonstop action to John Wick, and I put John Wick director Chad Stahelski is producing an American remake, by the way, but the fights are even more brutal and ruthless with a revenge story that gets deeply personal due to an all-time best villain played by Raghav Joyal. If I'm butchered his name, I apologize. There were multiple times in this movie my fist went flying in my mouth with me whispering, "Holy shit!" And I did have a lot. When I watch a lot of these movies, I be saying like, I be wanting the "oh shit" moment. Trust and believe, there's plenty. Because an "oh shit" moment definitely takes me over the edge. So now, while I wasn't here for the train band, it's a social commentary around the actions, made me empathize with why they were doing what they were doing. That doesn't mean I wasn't here for Amrit. That's played by the lead character that you can see in the photo, taking them out like the Terminator. And literally during a certain sequence, and I don't want to spoil it, there's because there when it comes to certain situations, there has to be a moment in the film where there's a stake that takes you over the edge, where it's just like you black out and you're just like, okay, now I'm gonna have to fuck everybody up. So there's a moment in the movie that he actually does that. And when he goes off, when I tell you I was not ready for some of the scenes in there, like when he picked one dude up and slammed his head first into the toilet, I was like, the fuck? And then it was like another scene where this guy got like a nail in the head and well, I can't. Wait, let me stop because I don't want to give away too much. But some of the fight sequences, some of the kills, I'm like, who came up? Where did y'all? First of all, I love you. Number two, I'm like, where did y'all come up with this stuff? Only because of that. I'm like, y'all were really creative with some of the kills. Me and some shit, I was like, I would have never thought that. So the kills in there, it was literally over the top. Like if you like horror, if you like stuff like that, if you like real brutal, gory action fight stuff, because I be wanting that. But I be feeling like a lot of times our action movies in America borderline on the cartoonish. I even like some of the John Wick stuff, but at times it's like, yeah, John Wick, y'all do get a little cartoonish in a lot of the way y'all fight. And what I love about the lead character, his name is Amrit. He gets beat up too. Like he takes lickings, he gets knocked out, he gets dragged across the room, across the floor with a chain wrapped around his neck. Like there's a lot of brutal scenes. He gets stabbed, like there's a lot of stuff that goes on in this film where he got fucked up, but because he was going through the 7 rings of hell because of a certain situation that happens in the film, you totally feel like you're rooting for him throughout. And then I will even say this, and normally we always have to make our villains black and white. There were shades of gray in this. I even felt for the villains and why they were doing what they were doing, why they were robbing the train, why they was robbing them people. And it had a lot of social commentary stuff in there. Some of these uppity white folks, the ones that are just fucking bigots, y'all will call it woke. But if it means that you're aware of people who are going through shit where it's like you have the haves versus the have-nots, and the have-nots have to take desperate measures just so that way they can survive in a world riddled with poverty, then I'll take that over what y'all want to weaponize and call wokeness. Oh well, people whining and complaining about shit, but y'all in the same boat too. Why does this camp? A lot of you white people out here windmilling over this shit because y'all want to be ruffle and wallow in your racism. Y'all ain't that high on coins either. So y'all can relate to this shit too. But because there's people of color at the helm, y'all don't want to see it. So what I did say at the end, at the end of the day, while we're getting the English language remake of this film, which, like I said, Chad Stahelski, who directed all of the John Wick movies, 1 through 4, and he's about to direct a Highlander remake with Henry Cavill. That's why he's going to be busy. He's not going to have time to direct this movie, which I think was good. Why don't you hire the guy that directed this film to direct the American version? I'm sure that it would work, definitely. First of all, the edits in the film were crazy. The way that they were just like closed in so tightly with how they do that fight choreography on such a tight knit train with so many damn people on it. So bring the original director to come on and make this film. I would love to see that. As far as like actors who could play them, like I said, maybe you could put Dev Patel up in there, or I don't know who would be. I mean, if y'all know anybody who would make like a good person to bring to this film, I'd definitely drop it down in the comments. But we need somebody who's going to be willing to take some lickings. Like, we don't need nobody with no plot armor. We don't need nobody that's going to be like, oh, well, I have to be the one to beat up everybody, but I can't get cut. I can't get scraped. I can't get my ass beat. I hate when American movies want to do that because it makes it not feel realistic enough. And a lot of times when I would look at certain films, like when you look at The Raid, when you look at Snowpiercer, which reminded me of like the train and that whole thing and them going through all the cars, when you look at that, you think that the movie's going to go one way. And I felt so many times watching this movie that I had it figured out. I did not have this movie figured out. Whenever I would think I would have it figured out, it would go a completely different direction. When there would be certain character arcs, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna survive or they're gonna make it, shit, what happened? I'm like, the fuck? Like, it gave me, I felt kind of like defeated watching this movie, similar to the fourth episode of House of the Damn Dragon. And I'm still upset over that episode. So if they're gonna remake this movie, which we already know they are for Lionsgate, Lionsgate is a distributor of Kill, I should say, the Indian film. And I told you I've been watching a lot of Indian action movies lately, Korean action movies and Indian action movies. I've been getting into a lot of that stuff lately. So shout out to the Indian community, shout out to the Korean community. Y'all definitely put it down when it comes to the action films. And Americans, I'm sorry, y'all need to take note. Enough with this cartoonish Fast and the Furious BS that y'all been putting out, because I'm sick of it. And I feel like American audiences are sick of it too, which is why we see y'all box office depleting every time y'all put out a sequel. But if y'all gonna do this film as an American remake, what I need for y'all to do, Lionsgate and 8711, because 8711 is the company that trains a lot of the actors, that's the stunt team. That Chad Stahelski and David Leitch, David Leitch recently directed Fall Guy, Bullet Train, a bunch of those. That was another one too. It reminded me a bit of Bullet Train. There's similarities with that. Completely different tone. Takes them off of the Raid type of tone. So if y'all gonna come, keep the same brutality, like those really crazy, brutal action sequences, y'all need to keep that in the film. And the emotional stakes. So when you look at the villain, when you look at all the characters that's in that film, even if you have to focus on 5 or 6 of the villains, whatever the case is, we need to feel that empathy for them. We need to understand, like, okay, so when Amrit goes around and starts killing people in the film, the villains, that side that they show in the film, and this is not really a spoiler, like you literally see like some of the people who Amrit had killed, some of their family members or friends or people that they know that were killed by him, how they were sad and didn't understand. Like, it's like, yeah, we're doing this for a specific reason, but yeah, I lost a brother, I lost my father, I lost this person at the hands of the hero, and how they feel. We don't see enough of that in action movies. So I really want them to, excuse me, incorporate that in there and not make it like, well, we have to have the hero to take everybody out. And we just like, okay, these are just expendable ass people. We just keep it moving. You want the audience to kind of feel for and understand both sides. To me, that makes for an interesting film rather than, okay, the hero just has to plow through all these people like a bowling ball and they're a bunch of pins and he's just taking them out. So I like the emotional aspect of this film. And in my opinion, this is the absolute must watch for any action movie fan and perhaps any movie person in general. That's how good this damn movie is. So, some of the, I thought the scene with what's his name with there's a scene, I don't know if y'all seen Monkey Man, the scene where he basically takes the knife and then he's fighting in the elevator, Dev Patel, where he's in the elevator and then he actually pushes the knife into the guy's throat with his teeth. If you thought that was bad, that was tame compared to some of the stuff I've seen in this damn movie. And I have to say, I don't know the actor's name, but the actor that played Amrit, I'm like, he is gorgeous. First of all, and then there's a scene where he's like wrapping up, like cleaning up his bandages. I think he used like cologne. I'm like, I know that burn. But there's a scene where he takes his shirt off. I'm like, ooh, look at that body. Look at that body. Look at that body. Don't I look sexy? Don't I look sexy? I wish I had that, but yeah, he was fucking people up in this damn movie. So I say all this to say, if y'all have a chance, definitely go see this film. I mean, try to find a theater. I had I wanted to go. I was like, please let it be at the regular theater I go to, which is Lincoln Square. They didn't have it there, so I had to go to 34th Street and go see it. The Lowe's over there. It was cute or whatever. It was like maybe 6 people in there, but I understand it's like it's a small little indie, film. There is subtitles, so you got to read. I know a lot of Americans have a problem with foreign films or whatever. I like foreign films. I don't mind foreign films, so I was gonna watch it. So I don't know. Maybe they'll dub it when it ends up on Netflix down the road, as they normally do with certain films, because a lot of people too damn lazy. Or maybe it is, people dyslexic, people have a hard time reading, so I get it. So I'm not gonna clown people too much that kind of thumb their nose at foreign films. But or wait for the American version. Who knows when that's coming? Probably in another 3 years. 2, 3 years. So I said to say, if you get a chance, if you can find a theater in your area that's showing Kill, can't talk today apparently, definitely go check this movie out. Or maybe wait until the end of the month. It'll probably be on demand because the way they doing shit in theaters these days. Like when Monkey Man came out, 2 weeks after I went to go see the damn film, it was already available on Prime Video to rent or buy. So if you get a chance, definitely I highly recommend this movie. If you love action films, definitely go check this film out. So if you have seen Monkey Man, if you definitely have seen Kill, because I'm sitting there thinking, same concept. You see two Indian actors, crazy action sequences. This film did have way more action in it than Monkey Man, I guess because of the budget or whatever the case was, and all the problems that Dev had against it. But if you like nonstop action, and if you love films like The Raid and things of that nature, definitely check this film out. I highly recommend it. But if you have seen it, let me know in your comments down below of your thoughts, because I'm curious to hear about it.